Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 114 of Isolate, Meditate, Create. My name is Jessica Lynn Johnson. I am the founder and CEO of Soaring Solo Studios, which is a company dedicated to the direction and development of one person plays. So, welcome back to IMC. And if this is your first time joining us, please know that you can always hop on my YouTube channel, Soaring Solo LLC, Jessica Lynn Johnson. You can find me on YouTube, and all 114 days are posted there, plus a bunch of other tutorials, testimonials, and free content to help you along your journey as a solo artist. So IMC's purpose is really just to gather us all together in creative community, do a little bit of self-care, and hopefully get some great content for our solo shows out of it as well. Okay, please make sure that you have something nearby you to write with and write on. As soon as we're done meditating together and visualizing, we will begin writing. And I also want to mention that sometimes what comes up for us in these visualizations and meditations can be triggering. So if that does happen to you and you need to hop off the call and take care of yourself, please do that. If you need resources beyond that, please feel free to email me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com so I can give you some resources that will hopefully help your mental and emotional health. Okay, without further ado, let's just go ahead and close our eyes. Let's just start to focus on our breath. So deep inhales and audible exhales out if there's any tension or stress you need to release with the voice. And just allow yourself to really slow down and focus solely on your breath. With every inhale, imagine that there is warm, bright, nourishing light entering your body and fully relaxing every inch of your body. And just allow your mind to clear. Notice any thoughts that might be passing through or racing around, and just let them head on their way. Try not to attach to them. And just do a body scan, covering every inch of your body, surveying every inch of your body, looking to see where you might be carrying tension or discomfort or pain, where you might be clenching muscles or tightening. And just breathe very deeply into those places and just imagine that warm, bright, nourishing light entering those places and continuing to relax you. And with every in breath, begin to imagine that you are breathing in things that serve you, things that fill your cup today. So imagine on your in breath, you're calling in optimism and abundance, creativity, confidence, encouragement, support, love, passion, whatever you need more of in your life right now. Just imagine on your in breath that you are drawing that into your experience and bringing it closer to you. And with every exhale, Just imagine that you are letting go of those things that do not serve you, that you are removing those from your space. Exhaling negativity or limiting beliefs, negative thoughts, scarcity, judgment, fear, whatever you want to let go of. Just imagine on your out breath, releasing that far away from you. And just continue on in this cycle for a few moments of breathing in those things that serve you and exhaling those things that do not. And now begin to let your breath transform. And while you continue to breathe in those things that serve you, imagine now on your out breath, you're giving back to the world, whatever it is you have to give. Imagine giving back your love, your allyship, your kindness, your patience, your creativity, your ideas, your support. Whatever it is you have to give back, just imagine now on your out breath, you are returning that to the world and continuing to breathe in those things that serve you on your in breath. So just continue on for a few moments, giving and receiving with your breath. And in the next few moments, I'm going to guide you through a visualization. So just try to let go of results. Just trust whatever comes up for you. Try not to control it. Just let your intuition and your imagination guide you. Keeping your eyes closed, your breath deep, and your body relaxed. I want you to call to mind a difficult decision. A difficult decision. Maybe this is one that you're in the midst of trying to make right now. Or maybe it's one you've already made in the past and now you're on the other side of it. But just allow a difficult decision to come up for you. And as this difficult decision surfaces for you, just recall as many of the details around it as you can when this situation presented itself and you had to make this decision. Is that right now in these current circumstances? And if not, when was it? When did you have to make this decision? How old were you? What year was it? Where were you living? Who else did it involve? Just allow a lot of those details around this decision to surface for you. Make it as specific as you can. And why is it a difficult decision, or why was it a difficult decision? What's so important or impactful about this decision that makes it challenging to decide? And what are the different sides of this decision, the different angles as you weigh the pros and cons, or you think about the different alternatives available to you? What are the different points of view around this decision that you're grappling between, or that you did grapple between? And how do you go about making this decision? Do you ask other people for their insight? Do you spend quiet time with yourself or with higher power? Do you do a bunch of research? What is your decision making process? And what feelings come up for you around this decision? Does it bring you anxiety? Does it bring you peace or empowerment, joy or sadness, anger? What feelings come up for you around having to make this decision or already having made it? And ultimately, what did you decide, or what do you think you might decide? Where are you leaning in this moment if it's something you're currently grappling with? And if you already made the decision, which way did you go? And just take another couple moments to be with this, to reflect upon this decision, and see what else your intuition or imagination wants to reveal to you. Taking another deep breath in. And on our exhale, opening our eyes and slowly coming back to this moment. Please go ahead and reach for whatever it is you have to write with and write on. And I will set my timer for 8 minutes. And I just want you to write as freely as you can about whatever came up for you. Some guidance for that. You could just write a first person monologue. You could write a couple different um, fantasy scenes about how this situation could play out differently depending on which decision you make. You could write poetry or song lyrics, um, whatever feels right to you. And I will let you know when your 8 minutes are up. Just a little over a minute left, a little over a minute. Okay, please go ahead and wrap up your writing. And as always, I encourage you to transcribe what you've written. If it's written in a journal or scrap paper, put it in a document on your computer and make it real. Let it accumulate and turn into a solo show. See what you discover. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to jump into announcements. We've got a lot happening in the Soaring Solo community, and I'm really excited about it. So first up, my next free class of the Art of Creating the One-Person Play is happening on Zoom, Saturday, May 15th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, noon Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So go ahead and RSVP at soaringSoloStudios.com. Just go under events and free class, and you can sign up there and reserve your spot and get the Zoom link for that. No experience necessary. Just show up and I will provide a writing prompt. And if you do have writing, like maybe something you've done in IMC that you want to present in class, I do try to make time for that at the end of class as well. Okay, what else? And then the May Creating Captivating Characters Intensive with Heather Dowling is sold out. But we are starting a list for June. So if you'd like to join us in June, please email me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com. Heather is a Soaring Solo instructor, and she is also a brilliant character actor and an award-winning solo artist herself. So I will let her tell you a little bit about the June intensive. Let me replace the spotlight, and Heather, let me unmute you. There we go.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm just giddy. I can't believe the Creating Captivating Characters intensive that's been going on for a while now. And we when we came up with it, because we wanted to give artists a deep dive into what do characters have to do with solo performance, especially for people who felt like, I can't play characters. I can't imagine doing that. How do I write something around a character? We wanted to empower people to really discover that who they are is, first of all, capable of discovering characters within themselves, but then also that the characters they find can be an engine to drive their writing, to help them discover what the story is that they want to tell, even if whether the characters make the play or not. So we really wanted to give people that access of creativity to discover their own voice and their own storytelling, and to find the different nuanced layers of what they have to say. It's been amazing, and I'm just so excited that we have another one that's sold out. So yeah, if you want to come and play with us, make sure you get your name on the list for June, because there doesn't seem to be a shortage of people that want to play. And I also found in this last session last week for our April, one of our newer students said that she was so happy that she had taken it on, because she didn't realize how much she was going to learn from being in a small group, and how things she thought she understood as we went through the curriculum, when she saw another artist grappling with it, it clicked and made more sense for her. So it gave her a place not just to work it out herself, but kind of see it in action. So I think it's a really valuable space to start to do that work. So we'd love to see you in June.
Thank you, Heather. Yes, because solo theater technique it's so odd. It's just the strangest technique. I mean, obviously I love it or I wouldn't be doing what I do for a living, but it's very unique. It's unlike ensemble theater and really any other performance styles. So we really try to hone in on those unique qualities of being a solo performer and performing characters in this genre to help you really hone your craft. Okay, and if you wanted to work with me one-on-one or try a power pair or small group session, or you're curious what those offerings are, just email me at soringsoloartist@gmail.com and I can tell you more about what we do at Soaring Solo Studios. Um, and with IMC, like I said at the beginning, if you missed any of these meditations and you want to go back and watch them or rewatch them and see if something new comes up for you, it is all on my YouTube channel, all 114 days. So just look up Jessica Lynn Johnson Soaring Solo LLC, or you can use the link in the chat to get there. We are skipping next week because I will be visiting my family, but then we will resume on Wednesday, May 12th on the same link. And then Solo Fest 2021 is continuing featuring Best of Fest and encore shows. So that's happening at the Whitefire Theater. They're streaming the award-winning shows from the past season. And so if you are in the midst of creating a solo show, please tune in and see what these solo artists are doing. That is the best way to learn. So if you go to SoaringSoloStudios.com under events and upcoming solo shows, I've got at least the ones from the Soaring Solo community that were selected, which were quite numerous. I am very proud of everyone. And then we also have, I'll unmute Heather again in a second, because we are doing another special event toward the end of May called Breakthrough Brunch with Heather. That's happening on Sunday, May 23rd from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Pacific time on Zoom. So I'm going to let Heather tell you a little bit about that as well. And let me unmute you again, Heather.
Hi again. So first of all, part of this came to be because I love brunch, but the bigger reason that it came, yeah, right, she was like, yes, me too. So Fertile has been selected as an encore series for Best of Solo Fest for 2021, which I'm just thrilled about. And Jess and I were talking, and I was saying that, Fertile is not the typical design when it comes to delivery of solo performance in many cases. And we started talking about what a great model it is for different techniques, that, that it would be so great to break it down and talk about the techniques that we teach in retrospect, looking at the show. So what we came up with is, if you decide to join us for Breakthrough Brunch, we're going to design a complete curriculum that you'll get ahead of time that literally breaks down the solo technique that as it applies specifically to Fertile, and you'll get a ticket link to watch it the Thursday night before. So it's Thursday, May 20th that it streams. That link is live for 72 hours so that you have time to watch it before the brunch on Sunday, so that you can write down any questions or observations that you have about technique or the writing or anything else. And then we're going to kind of like deconstruct it, take it apart and talk about that, and talk about how you would apply those techniques to your own storytelling in that 90 minutes. So it will be a lot of fun, and I probably very likely will. I definitely will have coffee, and there will certainly be something I'll be noshing on for sure. So it'll be so much fun to see you guys and break it down.
Yes. And I will hop on for the last probably 20, 30 minutes of it for an in-depth.
Yes, that's right. Special guest Q&A at the end.
Guest with my bagels and coffee at the end. Yeah, so we can deep dive into anything you guys want to talk about in the Q&A, about the festival circuit, about crowdfunding, about performing techniques, anything at all. We're going to dive deep, and it's going to be a wonderful event. So we hope that you'll tune in for that. It's only $25, and that includes the ticket to see her show. So it's an incredible steal. So the link to that is in the chat, but you can also find it on my website under upcoming events. I think it's under webinars. And what else? The last thing I'll say, I don't think I put it in the chat, but Fringe, I've mentioned this before, the Hollywood Fringe Festival is starting registration on May 1st. I have been talking to several theaters, but most likely Whitefire Theater is going to be one of the venues this year. But you can also stream from home anywhere in the world. That's one thing that's really special about the fact that it's going to be a digital platform this year for Hollywood Fringe. So There's a lot of ways to participate this year. So if you want to brainstorm and think about how you might get involved and put a meaningful stake in your ground to perform in August, even from your living room, please email me and we can talk about it. So, okay, I think that's everything. I will leave the chat up for a little bit so you guys can say hi or ask me questions to each other or write down the announcements because I know there were a lot. All right, enjoy the rest of your hump day, everyone. Bye.